Okay, so what we have is another 2 weeks in one to talk about, and that is because the first week here was solid on accessory lifts and such like that, but the 3 main lifts, bench, squat, deadlift, were really underwhelming this first week around, and because of that, there wasn't a lot of footage or anything, so, you know, no point in uploading like a, 7-minute video, so I decided to put the 2 weeks together. The second week was a lot better, I would say, with main lifts. Definitely bench and squats were better. Deadlift, my max lift for the week was below the previous week, but that's because I burned myself out with some volume. But between these 2 weeks, I would definitely say this week was overall better, at least for me. So, getting started, we have the first week of dumbbell bench press, which was underwhelming. It's one of those things where I want to get back up to the 110s for working sets during my regular workouts, but it's because of days like this where it's a gamble. And that's because there are just days when the 105s are not as light as they should be. So if you saw, I did 105s for 4 sets of 10 instead of 9, which is, again, fine. As long as I get 3 sets of 10, that's the bare minimum, as I always say. So the week was off to a bit of an underwhelming start because of this. But then, you know, next week, you'll see that I did the 105s for 5 sets of 10, but we're not there yet. After the dumbbell bench, incline bench, 205, 8, 215, 6, 225, 5, 235, 4, 245, 1, 190, 10, and then 8, and 135 for 8 as a drop set. Went on to the hammer strength decline press, then machine flies, triceps, were dumbbell overhead tricep extension seated, close grip bench press, dumbbell kickbacks, and then dips. And here's the back day of the first week where I did dumbbell rows, 105 for 5 sets of 10, lat pull downs, 200, 3 sets of 10, 190, 2 sets of 12, and then deadlifts. So, I definitely, again, this is about 2 weeks ago, I fried my back out definitely trying to deadlift the Sunday before this, which was, let's see, the 23rd. So looking at my notes from the 23rd, I did well deadlifting that day. Looking at it right now, that was when I did hook grip deadlifts, and I did, you know, 415 for 10, 435, 8, 460 for 6, 480 for 4, all with a hook grip, and then 505 and 520 for 1 with a mixed grip. And then when I went on to deadlift just 2 days later, my back was definitely fried. So the deadlifts this day sucked, and it was only 295 and 355 for 10, then 425, 435, and 445 all for 1 apiece. But to make up for that was, you'll see I posted it on itself individually, pen lay rows. If you check out the individual video either on YouTube or on Instagram, you'll see I did 305 for 10. This was after doing 300 for 3 sets of 10, but all the camera angles were awful on those 3 sets. So by that point, on the 4th set, I decided to go up another 5 pounds, and I got it, and the angle was good. 310 for 3. Then did dual pulley lat pull downs on my knees, dumbbell curls, concentration hammers, some forearm stuff, and the preacher pulling machine. So these first 2 days of this week were underwhelming, but still fine. Squats were better than I expected. Nothing fantastic. My max lift on squats were only 420 for this first week, which isn't bad, but again, my back was so fried from the deadlifts from the day before, and from, what was I saying, from the Sunday before this, that I thought I would be lucky to get 405 because my lower back was so shot. So the fact that I still got the 420 on it is fine. Again, with this, I still hit 2 sets with over 405 and 3 sets of 10 with over 315. Then, in the morning on that Thursday after, my bench press was okay. 290, 3 sets of 5, 295, 3, 295, 2, 283, which is okay. Shoulders were solid enough, but I didn't get a PR that day. I wanted a PR, so at night, on incline dumbbell bench, I did 105s for 10, and then that was Thursday. That Friday after was just a bicep back forearm day, nothing crazy. Then going on to that Saturday on bench, I did 320, 325, 317 all for a pause rep. Burned out 275 for 7, did some abs, and then got 235 for 10 on incline bench press, which was a PR. I also tried doing barbell overhead seated at 175 for max reps. I only got 5. And then this is just 520 on deadlifts, which was okay. Wait, what? Give me a moment. That 520. That was not 520. That was 512. Oops. Initially, when I typed that out, I wrote 520, and now as you're listening to me say this, I gotta correct that title and change it to 512. So hold on. Okay, so I fixed that. So yeah, the max deadlift for this first week was 512 pounds. Then the little PR I got that on that day was 190 for 10 on lat pull downs on my knees. So that was the first week, which again was kind of underwhelming on the main lifts, but fine on some accessory stuff. So going into July, so this is July 1st right here. We are now halfway through the year, more than halfway through. And this week, again, it's Sunday afternoon right now, July, 7th? I was happy with this week on dumbbell bench. I did get 105 for 5 sets of 10, but it was a bit of a struggle, more than I would have liked. I got up nice and early. I was definitely up early, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, than I have been, lifting more towards 8 o'clock, 8:30 than 8:39. So I was happy I was able to get myself up earlier this week than I have been, like the past week or two. But hopefully that trend continues going into next week, tomorrow. After dumbbell bench, incline dumbbell 1, I did 90s for 9, 3 sets of 8, then 95, 2 sets of 6, 85 for 10. After that, cable flies, decline bench. You'll see if you go on my Instagram or look up the individual video here on YouTube. On push-ups, I did some weighted push-ups, which didn't go as well. Then when I went to did triceps and everything, and then after I finished my workout, my car broke down, so I had to wait for help to get it jump-started. So I went back into the gym, and on push-ups, I did 105, 105 pounds on my back for 10 reps. The video is on my Instagram, it's on YouTube here individually, it's not here in the week review for the sake of time, but hey, if you want to watch it, it's up there. It's 105 pounds on my back for 10 reps on push-ups. So that was pretty awesome, and that was getting the week off to a good start. Better, I would say better than the previous chest day. Back day on July 2nd, we started with barbell rows because there's no room to start with dumbbell rows when I got to the gym, which worked out in my favor because I got another PR. So got my chest PR on a Monday, I got a back PR on a Tuesday. So you'll see the 210 for 10, the 225 for 10 on barbell rows with decent form. Then I did 240 for 10, which is a 10 rep max on barbell rows. A couple weeks ago I did do 240 for 10, but they were all sloppy. I wasn't too happy with them, so you know, whatever. I think I did 3 sets of 10, but none of the camera angles looked any good or anything, so I didn't really count it in terms of being like the official 10 rep max. So here it is, and again, it wasn't super clean or anything. Also, I wish I angled the camera a bit higher so my head doesn't cut off a little. That's when you know it's sloppy, since I'm using that little bit of momentum to get the weight up. But still not too sloppy. Somewhere in that middle of the line where it's not like I'm going to go for 245 anytime soon. After that, pull-ups, 3 sets of 12, 3 sets of 10. After doing the barbell rows, this was harder than I would have liked to admit. My back was pretty fried, you know, getting burned out by this point. But I still did well. I was happy with how it felt, my lats and everything. You'll see 3 of the sets here. After that, did supinated dumbbell rows, 75, 3 sets of 10, 85, 2 sets of 6, 65 for 12. Neutral grip lat pull downs on my knees, cable pullovers, some bicep work and forearms. So Monday and Tuesday were both solid, and then the leg day I had coming up soon was also really awesome, that you will be seeing. So again, my squats from the first week in this video were underwhelming because my back was really burned out. But this leg day, my back felt fine. The first couple sets actually sucked, though, that you'll see. So I did 137 for 10, 227 for 10 to get loose on squats coming up. Then you'll see a 320 for 10 and a 390 for 7. The depth on these sets kind of sucked. I was definitely really tight when doing these, and you can, I don't know, I wasn't happy with the depth on these. Kind of shallow. So when I did these 2 sets and I'm watching these videos, I'm like, oh crap, is it going to be one of those days when my depth is just awful? But then you see on the rest of the videos, it gets better, I think. And I got a new 6 rep max of 407 pounds. Then 422 for 3, which is nice because the past few weeks, after I do that second heavy set, when I try to go up to like that 420-ish, I should be able to get 3 or something, but the past couple weeks I get burned out and it could only get 1. 435 for 1, which is nice because, again, the previous week the top lift on squats was only 420, so that's 15 pounds heavier than the previous week. So that was good. 435 for 1 is nothing special really for me, but it's fine after doing all the working sets. Definitely would like to go for 460 for 1 soon fresh for a new 1 rep max. We'll have to see how I feel this upcoming week and see how I do on Wednesday and then go from there. So after that, I went back down to 355 and 337 for a set of 10 each. 385, I could only get 1 by that point for 1 more little heavy set, and then I was fried. The rest was the seated leg curl machine, 1 leg extension machine. So Powerhouse here, they do have 2 leg extensions. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. 1 leg extension is good. The other, not so much, because it's one of those leg extensions where even if you put on the whole stack, it's still too light. So whenever the other leg extension is taken, I'll use the other one, but I'll just do 1 leg at a time, so it's actually a challenge for me. So did that. Barbell glute bridges, which is fine. I tried doing some cable lunges. Not a fan of that. Exercise felt awkward. Just wanted to do something different. Don't need to do it again. Some calves, and then I finished with the reverse leg press, which is a crappy machine. I did 5 sets of it, and it's just one of those, I'm burning out, just getting a little bit more blood into my quads. Nothing special with that, but just wanted a little bit more volume by that point, but I'm too tired to really do anything, you know, challenging. I mean, again, hey, 10 sets of squats is gonna, you know, burn me out for pretty much anything else. So after this, you'll just see the 337 for 10 video, and then we're moving on to the chest, shoulder, tricep day, which was fine. So July 4th, Independence Day, this year, the workout, it was okay. Again, my bench the past 2 Thursdays were lackluster. My bench on Saturday was a bit better. But this week I did 290 for 2 sets of 5, 1 set of 4, 295 for 3, 300 for 2, 282 for 4. So basically pretty similar to what I did the previous week, plus or minus a rep here or there, plus or minus some weight here or there. I may have to go a bit lighter this upcoming week, I think. Drop it to maybe 285, see if I can do 5 sets of 5. My butt was definitely not the best this week, so we'll have to play around with it. After this, I did some barbell overhead press, which sucked. The rest of, it's just because I haven't done it in a while. The rest of the shoulder routine was fine, and then Friday was biceps and back, which was fine. You'll see this is Saturday's bench where I did 320 and then 330 for a pause rep. I attempted 340 for a pause, got it maybe like 75% of the way up and then failed. Then I did 325 for a pause and burned out with 265 for 10. So again, the last week my top bench was 325, this week it was 330. So hey, up 5 pounds there and away, I'll take it. And 340 was very close, so maybe I'll have it next week or something. After this, I did some abs, nothing too crazy. And then moving on to today, Sunday, on deadlifts, I loosened up with 135 and 315 for 10. And finally, since the first time since April, I believe, I got a new 3 sets of 10 PR on deadlift, which was 455 for 10, which is a nice volume PR for me. Having that nice little 25 added, feels good. Reps are touch and go for the most part. My lower back is fried right now. After this, I did 477 and 500 for 1. 515 couldn't budge. So the most underwhelming thing this week, I would say, is the top single on deadlifts only being 500. Since that's down from the previous week, but hey, I'm more burned out after the 455 for 3 sets of 10, which I needed. I definitely needed a PR like that. I haven't done like that many reps or anything in a while on deadlifts, so it was needed, and I'll take it. And I still hit 500. I wish I hit 515, but you can't win them all. After that, did some calf press, machine, leg extensions, and I was so exhausted by that point. I was done. Again, like I said, it's Sunday right now. The rest of the day is just about relaxing for the most part. Not really doing anything crazy. And just hope tomorrow I'll start a new week off very well. Not much else to say. I will say that, again, I am very happy with the 455 for 3 sets of 10. It was a bit sloppy here and there, but I definitely needed to get a new deadlift PR. Definitely way overdue. So, that's all I have to say. Enjoy the last 2 reps, and have a nice day.